Hello friends, hi. Today I would like to speak to you about retired Justice Abhay Oak from the Supreme Court of India. And as I will be sharing my views and my experience, I would like you to like, share and subscribe this channel of mine as more and more voices of the ordinary people should be heard, and how we can make a change and difference to the world and especially our country. The reason I am sharing today is my experience which I had at the High Court of Mumbai when Justice Abhay Oak was a judge in the Mumbai High Court. And I had appeared before him. And what was the reason? There was a murder which took place in Grant Road, known as Pila House, where a customer was murdered. And through my informer, I came to know that there is a customer who was beaten to death and pushed to the toilet. And when the public noticed this in the toilet, a man is dead, they informed the police, and the police came and they came to know how this happened, and they hushed up the whole matter by taking money. And through very reliable source, I came to know about this matter. And I wrote a letter and I went and met the Additional Commissioner of Crime at Mumbai Commissioner's office. And I went and gave the letter to him and I briefed him. And his whole tone totally changed. And he said, no, you take this letter away. I will not accept this letter. I said, sir, this is what has happened and this is what your policemen have done. And I would like you to investigate and find out the truth. He said, no, I will not take this letter. I said, I have given you this letter. It's not for me to take it back. And I left it over there. And after a couple of days, I received a phone call from that same police station that they wanted to investigate this matter. The same police and the police station, they hushed up the whole matter by taking money. And I knew that nothing is going to come up, and that's the reason I moved the Honorable High Court of Mumbai. And it's not easy to appear. There is time, money and all those things which have to be put in. And you have to put in the matter in the proper way, file the petition and all these things which has to happen. It's not easy after taking all this trouble. And when I appeared before the Honorable High Court, before Judge Abhay Oak, he went through this whole application, and I was surprised and stunned that when he asked me who is the informer, I said the informers are very reliable people and the name has to be kept protected. He kept on forcing me and pressurizing me in the open court. No, I have to reveal the name of the informers. I again and again narrated that the name of the informers have to be protected. And it is on that particular promise that those informers had given me the information that the name has to be protected. But the way this honorable judge kept on pressurizing me in the open court, and he also made me the place where I had written informers, he made me write the name of the informers in that petition. I was totally surprised, stunned. And my informers, they were exposed. The informers have always to be protected. Otherwise, how will these informers come forward? How would I come to know that such a matter had happened and all these things which took place? When the police, especially the additional commissioner of crime, they did not act, and the tone was totally different, trying to protect themselves. When I went before the honorable court, this was what I faced. And finally, when the court orders, I had to bow down before the honorable court. And I exposed the name of the informers to the court and also in writing. And then later on, the matter went on. It was not before this judge, it was before some other judges. And you know what happens? I had the forensic report too. Everything went in a totally different manner. This is what happens, dear friends. And today, when the whole nation is praising Justice Abhay Oak on his retirement, yes, I too congratulate him that after so many years of service, he is retired. And congratulations for the future life too, that he looks forward to do great work and all. But it was always lingering in my mind that this judge, Abhay Oak, did this act, which was, I felt like, total wrong. As a layperson, and also according to law, you cannot expose an informer because there is threat and all those type of things. When they come forward and then they reveal certain information, it has to be protected. I would have respected Judge Abhay Oak if he had to call me and ask me who these informers were. And I'm not revealing the name. One of the informer was a lawyer and another was a social worker. So the names of these informers were exposed. Why am I telling you this was a lawyer and then social worker? I'm not just hitting somewhere and saying, oh, they were just informers. They were reliable informers. And that is the reason I was sure that such a thing had happened. And there was something much more than what the eye could see. The police trying to take money, not trying to take, they took money and hushed up the whole matter. Dear friends, if such things happen in our society, when crime takes place, when people come forward, they go to the extent of bringing it to the notice of the police and also to the honorable court, spending their time, their energy, their money, risking themselves. But when such is the attitude, how can I just along with others say, oh wow, great, well done, Justice Abhay Oak? It is always be there in my mind. Justice was not done, not to me, but to that man who was murdered. For me, it was not that I am trying to show something great, but then the thing which happened was totally wrong. And those who committed this crime should have been punished. Matters should have been investigated. But nothing like this happened. Dear friends, how far could I go? And that was the time when I was working in the department too, in the customs department. Despite lot of restraints where to go to the court and all these things, it's not easy. I went to the extent to bring it to the notice of the honorable court. These are certain sad situations which happen. And this is the reason that there is fear among the people, that those people who come forward and they try to tell, hey, this has happened, they become the victims. I felt, what a waste of time, my energy, my money, everything. At the end of the day, in the open court, I looked like a fool. Where I promised my informers that I would not expose your name, but then I had to expose the name of my informers. If such things happen, what would you expect? And how will you think that people will come forward with information, and they will even go when they see things before the police or the judiciary, before the honorable court? Yes, I respect Justice Abhay Oak has given very good judgments in the Mumbai High Court and also in the Supreme Court of India. But let me tell you, from heart of heart, I am not happy with this one matter which he did not do justice. Not for me, but for that man who was murdered, where I took the initiative to go to that extent and to bring it to the notice of the police and also to the honorable court. But nothing was done. I feel sorry. What can be done? At least I've got the satisfaction that yes, I did whatever I could do. As Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Yes, I too, Anson Thomas, has got a dream that I want my country to be the best. But if a system is not in a proper way moving forward, this dream will be shattered. It's not just my dream being shattered. This young man who was murdered, just think about his family. And through this, so many other crimes happening because the police took money. The judiciary did not do what they were supposed to do. And because of this, crime increases. And I'm not saying this to say something big and great that I did, but then at least in future, that the informers are protected. It's not only just when the police have got informers there, the police informers' names have to be protected. When citizens come forward, they also have to be protected. Otherwise, how can you expect people to come forward? So, dear friends, with deep regret, but then someone has to say, I did not say this particular situation which happened in the Mumbai High Court because I respected and I wanted to maintain and keep the decorum of the judiciary and the court. And that's the reason I waited till Justice Abhay Oak retired. And today I'm coming out with this particular thing which happened in the Mumbai High Court. At least when Justice Abhay Oak sees this video of mine, his conscience will be pricked and he would repent and say, yes, I did a mistake and what I did was not right. Maybe people may praise you for all the other judgment, but this, not just as a lay person, but as a citizen of India, I felt that what you did was unjust and injustice to that person who was murdered. So thank you, dear friends. This is Anson Thomas, and again, an ordinary man coming with the voice of the people of India. Thank you very much, and God bless.